Hey guys, it's Shawn from the blog she'sinaherelement.com, and today we are going to give this dining room a little spruce up as well as make over that hutch. Now, I don't know about y'all, but where I am down on Cape Cod, it is so muggy, yucky today. I'm insane to even try this, but I've got fans going and I'm just gonna pray it's going to work because I need to get it done. I love my house, I really do, but my house has awful lighting. Everything is just so dark. The sun actually starts on the back side of the house in the morning, blasts through my big kitchen window, blasts through my slider, then it kind of goes over the house to out front, where the front of this house does not get sun until about 2 or 3 in the afternoon when the sun is over there to provide it. Now, that's great, it keeps it cool, it also works against us for some things, but my house is very dark and I don't like it. I mean, there's nothing I can do about the light situation. I'm not gonna put new windows in. I've got 3, 2 behind me, there's 1 over here. It just does not bring the light in. And I also think this wall color has something to do with it. When I first picked this color out, it is a Benjamin Moore, but it's been so many years, I just don't remember what the name of it is. But I did love it. I loved the warmth of it. It made me happy. It matched the kitchen. The kitchen was like a darker shade of it. I was happy with it. It was warm and inviting. Now I just find it dark and dreary and I really don't like it. So I am going to brighten up this space, and I've changed my mind since doing my kitchen. See, this is why I don't just go project like when I get the whim, because I'm going to change my mind. Look at what happened in my bedroom. I did a spring spruce up for that, and then I found a duvet that changed everything and I started all over again. So I am one that I have to kind of procrastinate because I'm going to change my mind 10 times. And I know there's others out there just like that. So this video is for you. I've waited long enough. I was able to actually decide on colors and what I want to do in this space, as well as on that hutch right there. Now, I know when I got it, you were all like, don't paint it, leave it, don't do it. It's been months. I've had it in here. I have lived with it, lived with the tone, the whole 9 yards, and it's not for me. I don't like it. It does not go with what I'm trying to do in here. I mean, everything is a mishmash. We have all different colors going on. The table's gonna get a makeover, so you can't count that. But I just don't like the tones. So I'm gonna do something about it, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So the colors I ended up choosing are the black from the Benjamin Moore Historical Collection, and I also picked the white opulence from Benjamin Moore as well. When you are picking out your Benjamin Moore paints, there are multiple types to pick out. For the hutch, we went with the Regal Select, and that's going to be in a pearl finish. And then for the walls, we went with the Ben from Benjamin Moore, and that is going to be the eggshell. Also, there are certain brushes I highly recommend. I love the Worcester brushes. They don't leave brush strokes. They're very flexible. They're easy to use. Also just grabbed a glass scraper, and I grabbed a little 180 grit sanding block. Now, another thing that I am actually going to do is the hardware on the hutch. This brass is just really old and really gross. It needs a cleaning. So I'm going to take that off. I don't know if I can get the keyhole off. I'll have to see. That feels like a nail, and I don't really want to pull things. Now, as far as the hardware goes, let me show you something. So this is the knobs that came on the Hutch. As you can see, they're in awful condition. Very tarnished, very dirty. They have beautiful detail, but there's a bunch of them that's even missing. Again, you can see the detail on the drawer pulls. They're actually beautiful. I love that detail in there. And a good cleaning is gonna make a big difference for this. I was missing pieces and I wanted to try to find something that I liked. So I went online and I actually found some that I love. They came from the House of Antique Hardware and they are perfect for this Hutch. This is what I ordered to replace the original hardware on it. It has a gorgeous antique brass detail. I love the little brass finial at the bottom, and I love the black wooden middle. I think they look beautiful on this Hutch, and I am totally glad I found them. So that is gonna go on the upper door as well as the 2 lower doors. But for right now, I need to get those off and get them cleaned. Now, there's many different cleaners out there that you can use to clean these up, but the one that I actually like is Brasso. And the reason I like it is because it's a thick cream, and I just like that so much better than the liquid. So I'm just gonna use the Brasso and an old yucky toothbrush, and I'm really gonna scrub it into this brass, get them cleaned up. I mean, you can see the potential. They just need some TLC. So I just used some Brasso and that old toothbrush, and it works fabulous. You do have to use a little elbow grease. You do have to rinse your toothbrush off and also rinse off the brass door pulls because they're just so dirty. If you don't, you're just kind of smearing that sludge all over. So you just want to make sure that you keep cleaning it and keep reapplying the Brasso. It does take a little bit of time, but just look at how that original brass is shining through the years and years and years of weathered yuckiness. It doesn't take much. I don't want them perfect. I want to keep them with a little bit of patina on them, but look at that. Like, I am absolutely amazed. It's also so very, very satisfying when you're doing a project like this to be able to visually see just how much of a difference you're making. Now, what I'm going to do is lightly sand the whole thing. So it'll take paint, it'll remove anything sticking out. It'll just make it paint easier. I'm just using my sanding block and I'm going to go over the entire piece. I want to rough it up so that it will accept the paint so much better. You just want to gently do it. It will also remove anything that may or may not be stuck to it. You also want to clean that off before you start painting. All right, that's just a reflection in there actually from the flowers on the table. So it's nice and shaken. And I'm actually going to use the Worcester silver tip. And this one is a really good brush. I love the angle. It's 1.5 inches and it just makes a really nice finish and you can't see the paint strokes. So I'm going to use this one and go start on our cabinet. I got a little nervous when I started applying the color to my piece. As you can see, it looked very, very blue. I wasn't sure if maybe they mixed it up wrong, but they didn't. Black has many different bases depending on the tone that you picked, and this one ended up being perfectly fine. It was the right tone. I don't know what I was worried about. All right, what I'm doing now is I'm just taking some pipe cleaners and I'm actually going to stick them through the hardware holes so that I can make temporary draw pulls that I don't care if paint gets on and that still allow me to open and clothes in the drawers. And it's just easy. You just feed it from the inside. Second one through. And just make a little twist. Now I can do more and not worry about making a mess. The thing I love about using the pipe cleaner is they suspend themselves straight out. So it's not like it's laying in the paint that you are putting on the piece. I think that this is a must-have, and it is my tip for painting something with drawer pulls. Enjoy it and don't forget it. You also just want to make sure you're getting all the spots evenly and nice. Don't glop the paint on, smooth it out. I'm applying the second coat on the bottom because I did this in 2 steps. I did the bottom first, and then I'm going to do the top. The top, I am actually going to keep the interior of the cabinet with the wood that it has. I will not be painting the inside of the cabinet, but I will paint the back side of the bottom doors. For the detail areas on the door, I just went and got one of my little paint brushes. It makes it so much easier on such small pieces. Now we're just going to put on that new hardware. We've got our new door pulls on. Now it's time to put our brass drawer pulls back on. And they cleaned up nicely. I did not want them perfect. I wanted to keep some patina and some character on them because this isn't a new piece. This is an antique, and I want it to reflect that. Even with the new drawer pulls that I got, it has an antique brass finish. So I wanted to keep it a little bit weathered, if you would, and this is perfect. I am very happy with how they came out. Of course, I could have cleaned them and gotten them so much better, but that's not the point. I want to keep the integrity of the antique. So this is good enough, and they're going on. The drawer pulls went right back on, easy peasy. And they're all on. I think it absolutely looks fabulous. There. They're all on, and they're as beautiful as can be. I do need to touch up over here, which I'm gonna do right now. Hutch is cleaned out inside and dusted, and I ended up purchasing some lights that actually run with a remote control. They're really cool. Bell Howell, love it. I picked up 3 packages, so there's 3 lights for each shelf. And I super love that you just turn them on with a remote. You can change colors. I'm just gonna go with good old white. And it also has timers. There's a 4-hour and an 8-hour timer, which I like. So I can turn these on and I don't have to worry about it. They're battery operated. They're gonna shut off in 4 hours. So the first 3, I am actually going to put them in the hutch on the top. This is deep enough that you won't see them. They will be hidden right up here nicely. They came with some 3M tape, and we're gonna get them in there. They were super easy to apply, but the ones on the top, I actually ended up putting some screws in to make sure they stayed. And it is done. The lights came out gorgeous. I have them attached on the top, in the top, and then on the middle shelf and the bottom shelf, it's an uplight. And now one more thing and my hutch will be done. Love the command hooks because they'll stick to anything. And if I want to take it off, I can. Now it's done. I absolutely love the way this hutch came out. I love the color. I love how the drawer pulls cleaned up. And I really love the lights inside. I wish you could see it in person. It just doesn't do it justice showing it on a video. It came out better than I had hoped. It shows off all of my beautiful treasures. And again, like I said, the lights have timers on them for 4 or 8 hours. So I can just set them and then I don't have to worry about forgetting them on each night. And I love the uplights on the middle and the bottom shelf as much as I love the lights on the upper shelf facing down. I think it is perfect. I really am very happy with how this came out. It's gorgeous. Even my husband was like, wow. My hutch is done. It's styled. The lights are in. I absolutely love it. It's so different from where it started, and this is going to look amazing as I transform my dining room. So now that this project is done, I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to move on to the next project, but I'm going to end my video here with the hutch redo, and I will see you guys again real soon when I start the next phase of this. If you're new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by, and you might want to hit that subscribe button. I make new videos every week, and you never know what they're going to be about. It could be a scratch cooking recipe, it could be a DIY project, but it's always about creating my handmade home one day at a time. And if you're following my dining room transformation journey, you definitely might want to hit that bell so you won't miss the next phase of it, because I can promise you, this room is undergoing a huge transformation. Thanks so much again for stopping by the homestead, and I'll see you guys real soon.